And I kind of wanted to walk you guys through today and talk a little bit about the Page Builders Clubhouse and what a page builder guide is, what it actually is. We're going to have some time for some live Q&A. Cheryl McCarson is here with me today and in the chat in the comments. So if you have questions or you need links, she's going to be posting those for you. So hello, good afternoon, happy Friday. Fridays are awesome days, right? We love our Fridays. We love knowing that the weekend is just right around the corner. Fridays for me, as you can see, are just kind of like a ponytail kind of day, a comfy hoodie, a comfy sweater or a t-shirt kind of day. And I'm trying to fight this icky cold. So I apologize if I have to, if I have to do this or this. I'm sorry. I hate doing that on a live, but it's better than the alternative, right? Yeah, I'm going to be okay. My husband is also, he came down with it first. And then, of course, I guess I felt bad for him. So I decided to come down with it too. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of Create and Connect. Today, I'm going to kind of spotlight the Page Builders Clubhouse this afternoon. The last time we were together, we made these awesome little folded stars, right? These out of a Pentagon template. These were really fun. And I think we talked about all the different ways that you could use them. And I showed you a layout, an actual scrapbook layout that I used some on. See how cute? They turned out so cute. Here's my second page. Yeah, they turned out so cute. And I told you guys I was going to make you a page builder guide for this layout. And I did. And it went out in the email last night. There was a little place where you could download it. You could click on it and have the ability to download it if you wanted to. And so I kind of wanted to just walk you through what is a page builder guide, because here's the thing. If you don't know what it is, then you're really missing out, because these page builder guides, they are such a big part of what makes your scrapbooking so fun and simple. And they're a very big part of what we do in the Page Builders Clubhouse. So thank you everyone for your well wishes. I appreciate that. I am going to be doing a live gift away today. So I'm going to go ahead and start collecting comments for that. So let me get that set up really quickly here before we get going too far into this. Alrighty, there it is. Okay, we're collecting comments right now. So what that means is all you have to do, if you comment, it's just going to throw your name into a live drawing that we're going to have at the end of this session. And we're going to give away a couple of collection kits. So I'm excited about that. Specifically, I'm excited because they are collection kits, because that's what our next series is going to be about. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, Marlis, I have been putting a spoonful of honey in my hot tea, and it has helped tremendously. I do it right before I go live, and that's why I sound as good as I do. Because in between lives, I don't sound quite this good. So thank you for your well wishes. I do appreciate it. These things never happen at an opportune time, but we just have to roll with it and keep going. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. Thank you for the healing hugs. I like that. Thank you so much. So I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about what a page builder guide is. And I kind of want to show you one. It was in your download in the email that went out last night. But I kind of just want to walk you through it, because I think that's going to help you understand kind of how it works. We're going to open up some time for some live Q&A today too. And I want to talk to you about our new series that's going to be happening in the Page Builders Clubhouse. Okay. So this, my friends, is what a page builder guide looks like. Okay. And I know it's kind of a faraway view, but I'll bring the camera in closer here in just a minute. So overall, this is page 1 of a page builder guide. So you're going to see the name, like on this one, I put, "Oh, what fun Christmas layout," and it's featured in the Create and Connect Premiere Week. Okay. And then you're going to see this little box right here with a number in it. This is something that we added to the guides after we started the Page Builder Clubhouse, because it has helped our scrapbookers immensely. The number that you're always going to see in this little box over here is the number of pictures, the number of photos that this particular layout can feature. Okay. Now that's always a little bit flexible, because sometimes you might have, where I have one big picture, you might have 2 smaller pictures, right? So I just try to give you a little bit of a guide about how many pictures get featured on that specific layout. Okay. Now, this is what our members do. Our members will take these and they'll print them out. And most of our Page Builder Clubhouse members have a binder that they have set aside for their Page Builder guides. And I recommend that you put in dividers in that binder, like a 3-ring binder. And then on those dividers, like maybe your first one could be 0 to 5 pictures, right? 0 to 5 photos. Maybe the next divider is 6 to 8. Maybe the next one is 8 to 10, and the next one is 10 plus. Okay. And that way, as we create layouts in the group, you can go in and sort your guides in there by the number of photos that they can feature. Okay. And it really is a good thing to do, because most of the time when you start, you kind of start with your pictures. You're going to know, okay, there's 6 pictures here that I really want to feature from this event. Okay. When we were baking cookies for Christmas, right? I have 8 pictures that these are perfect. I love these pictures. I need a page builder guide that features 8 photos, right? Oh, 8. 8 photos. So it's real fun that girls can just go in and they can just grab their binder and they can go in, because any page builder guide will work for any theme. Okay. Now, even though this one, you're going to see the double layout picture is right here, you're going to have a picture to help you. Even though this one is Christmas themed, that doesn't mean that yours has to be. Okay. Because all of these guides are made for you. The Page Builders Clubhouse is made for you to use your stash. You're going to scrapbook with the theme that you're working on. Okay. You're going to use papers from your stash. Okay. It's not about accumulating more product. It's about using what we have. And I love this, because that way, if I feature this, this layout right here for you, I'm going to pick on some people in here. Karen Kirk. Karen Kirk might be working on new pictures of a new grandbaby, right? Or something like that. So she may use this same layout, but with baby paper, right? Kind of baby themed. Stephanie Gilpin is here. Stephanie might be working on her last vacation. So she might use some travel paper or beach paper or wherever it is that she traveled to. Okay. So it really is a lot of fun. And I want you to really truly see. Thank you. Look what Karen's saying right there, Karen Ferguson. This is going to transform the way you scrapbook. Okay. Because these page builder guides are a solution to what I call blank page syndrome. And it is a thing. Blank page syndrome. And if any of you out there are current scrapbookers, or you were a scrapbooker at one time, or a memory keeper, whatever, however you want to call yourself, whatever you want to call yourself, okay? There are so many times, myself included, where I have my pictures, I have some of my paper, some of my embellishments, and I'm just sitting and I'm staring at it. What do I do with this? How do I get started? What do I do? It's called blank page syndrome. And we just sit there and we contemplate and we're not getting anything done. It really is a problem for us. Sometimes it's not so much blank page syndrome, but we get into a rut. How many of you have ever felt like you're in a creative rut? Yeah. Yeah. We all get into a creative rut sometimes. Okay. We all get into a creative rut sometimes where we feel like we're kind of laying everything out the same way every time, the next time, you know. So these page builder guides are going to help you get out of that rut. And Susan, thank you for saying that you are enjoying that fact that you can do it with your own papers. There are going to be people out there that only have boys. And they're like, I don't need this girly stuff. I need to be scrapbooking for boys. Well, you can take any page builder guide and make it any theme or style or color combo that you want. Okay. So it really is a lot of fun. And if you are one of our page builder members out there watching right now, you have brain freeze. Yeah, we all get it. And sometimes I think too, Patricia, um, we know what we want to do, and we have our pictures and we have our stuff, but we have trouble choosing. Like, should I put this here? Should I put this here? Should I use this embellishment at all? Right? Like, we have trouble trying to figure out where we want to put things. So by having a guide, it helps so much, okay? Because it's going to help you find that joy in scrapbooking again, because you're not going to get stuck, right? We talked about blank page syndrome. You're not going to get stuck, right? A lot of us don't have a whole lot of time to scrapbook. And that is the complete truth. Life is busy. Our families are busy. Work is busy. We don't have a lot of time. In fact, there are some members in our Page Builders Clubhouse that they only scrapbook when they go on like a retreat. Okay. So what do? They print off some page builder guides. They grab their photos. They grab the things that the papers that work with that theme. And then when they're on that retreat, they scrapbook as many layouts as they possibly can. Okay. So these guides are really important. So let me get back to the guide here. So again, that's what that number is. Now, sometimes instead of a number in this blue box, you're going to see the letter F. Okay. And that's not for fail. It's for flex. It's for flex. Sometimes I create layouts that are what I call flex pages. They're flexible. That means you can put any size pictures on there that you want to. Okay. Sometimes the layouts are actually designed that way. So you need to have a little tab in your binder also for flex pages. Okay. And those are great. Now, a flex page is sometimes that's going to be a page that has a collage photo on it, because if we print out a collage photo, I might have 6 pictures on that collage photo, but Carrie, I'm just calling out names as I see them, but Carrie might have 12 photos on her collage pic. Okay. So do you see what I mean? So they're flexible. So sometimes you're going to see an F in this little box right here. Okay. Yeah, collage photos are a game changer, Misty. You are so right. Because it takes care, we get that overwhelm, like, how am I ever going to scrapbook all these pictures? Well, first off, and I talked about this in our previous session, we're not going to print all the pictures, you guys. We're too snap happy. We're taking pictures constantly. We're taking a lot of pictures that wind up being duplicates because we're taking pictures on our phone and we can just snap as many as we want. Okay, so we're going to be more particular, more specific in the pictures that we want to actually print to put into our memory albums. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep moving on this page builder guide, because I want you to see how it works. So we'll have a picture here of the 2-page layout so that you can see everything. That's important. And then right down here, do you see this right here? This is what we call a cut list. Let me bring this camera in so I don't have to hold that up so much. So this is a cut list. So this is going to tell you, because again, you're going to make these layouts out of your own stash of papers, right? So the cut list is always going to be listed width by height. Okay. And if there's a template, I'm always going to list it right here at the top of the list. And when you print out your page builder guide, you're going to see from now on, if it uses a template, we're going to make sure the template, is attached to the page builder guide. Okay, so it'll be a part of that page builder guide. The template will be. Okay. The second page is just detail photos. So you can really see, we're all visual people. We need to be able to see how this looks, how this works. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to need the Pentagon templates because we're going to make folded stars for this layout. Okay. Now you're going to see right here that there's patterned paper, variety of pattern papers. Okay. So this is going to help you to know that you're going to need one pattern paper. Notice that this top one says ornaments. Okay. 2 12x4. Well, let's look at our layout. Okay, let's look at our layout. Here's the ornaments paper. I always put a little description in the parentheses of the paper I used. So that way you can visually know, oh, okay, she's talking about the ornaments paper right here. This is 4 inches in height. It's 12 inches across the page. And that's going to help you as you're choosing your papers because you're going to be able to see exactly where mine are. There's one 4x12, and here is 12x4, and here's the other one, 12 inches by 4 inches. Okay. So I like having those descriptions on there for you. So at least that way you can kind of tell, okay, I need a paper. And this is the pattern paper that's going to be where the ornaments are. This is the pattern paper that's going to be where the red mini holly is. And it's going to tell you exactly how many you need. You need one 6x8. You need one 8x11.5. Okay. This one, the variety of pattern papers, that's to create your folded stars. Okay, so that means it can just be a variety. It doesn't have to be a specific one. It could be cardstock. It could be patterned paper. You know what I mean? Some of those kinds of things. Let's keep looking here. Then we get down here to cardstock. Okay, so again, where it says cardstock white, that means I've used white cardstock on my sample page. I've used pink cardstock. This cut apart paper is like journaling cards or journaling spots. So that would be something like this. You know how a lot of our scrapbook papers now have pages that have all these little cards and little embellishment, sometimes it's a journal spot. This was on one of those. This was on one of those where you can just cut apart the paper. That's what I'm talking about. Or that could be an embellishment that you have. Okay, so I hope that helps. I just want you to see everything is laid out here for you. And then other is going to be, did I use pop dots? Yep, I did. Or foam tape. Did I ink the edges of my paper? Yeah, I used chalk ink. Did I do any pen work? So I might have a journaling pen. Do I need ribbons? It's those things. So you'll kind of know, okay, she used these kinds of things. And if you want to use the same, then you can pull those in colors and in styles or themes that fit your particular layout, your papers, your photos. Okay. So yes, you can print these out. We make them, we post them in the group for you, and you can download them. You can download them and save them on your computer or your laptop, or you can actually print them out. I recommend printing them out because sometimes it's really nice if you have that binder, they're all right there, right? You don't have to print out every single one. Just print out the ones that are your most favorite, right? You can print those out. And that way you have them at the ready because, again, we don't all have a lot of time to do this. So when you do realize that you have an afternoon free that you can sit and scrapbook, you can just grab a guide and get going, right? If you do realize, oh, I've got time this spring, I'm going to book a retreat with my friends. Well, you can start kind of creating your shopping list off of your page builder guide. So you'll be like, okay, I know I want to scrapbook all my pictures from my cruise last summer. Well, then you're going to pull all the summer papers or beachy papers or cruisy papers, whatever you have from your stash. You're going to shop your stash and you're going to grab page builder guides that you feel like kind of fit your theme and embellishments and ribbon. And those are the things you're going to take with you on retreat, and you're going to knock them out. Okay. You're going to get them done and knock it out. So cardstock, yeah, I just saw someone asked about cardstock. I don't always use a paper pack, but a lot of us have started shopping like that. We've started shopping using, Sorry, this one fell behind me. Let me show you. A lot of us have started shopping and grabbing these collection packs when we can. And the reason we do it is because it's already coordinated, right? Somebody's already gone in and used the same color combo throughout these patterned papers, right? Usually the theme is consistent throughout these patterned papers. So it's just a really easy way to go and shop. It might be a vacation pack, it might be a school pack. I mean, they come in all different kinds of themes for seasons, holidays. Some of them are non-seasonal. They're just, boy or girl, different things like that. And so a lot of us have these, and this is kind of a nice segue because we are going to be our next series that's going to start in January. We're going to do based off of a Christmas collection kit. Okay. Now, if you don't have a collection kit, it's okay. You can just use your Christmas papers, right? I'm sure you have some Christmas papers. If you don't have any, they're out there at the craft stores. They're out there online, scrapbook.com. They're out there. You can find them, but I like this because it allows me to create as many layouts as I want to out of this pack. That way I don't have a lot of scrap left over. And if I use those all for this season's Christmas, that's great. But I can also split it up. There's always going to be a Christmas coming around. Plus, I'm sure if you're like me, I haven't scrapbooked all the Christmases past yet either. Okay, so whether it's past, present, future, we're going to create as many layouts as we can. I'll be driving that out of one Christmas collection kit. And it's really fun. We get to get really creative with these kits. And that way, the purpose is to use it up. Let's use it up. Let's make some good layouts so that we can get pictures on these things and start preserving our memories. Okay. I'm a traditional scrapbooker. I scrapbook 12 by 12. However, okay, and what I mean is this is a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. That's usually the base page. Okay. It's a little heavier weight than like patterned paper would be. Okay. So I like doing 12 by 12, and then I have albums that have 12 by 12 pockets, like little clear pockets that I'll just throw. I don't really throw them. I slide them in to the album. But we do have some people in our group that scrapbook different sizes. Okay. And so what they do is they just kind of take the page builder guide and they kind of minimize, they just visually kind of go in and they minimize some of the things on the page builder guide to fit their 8.5 by 11 album or their 8 by 8 album or whatever it is. Okay. Yeah. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Let's keep going on this just real quick so I don't get too distracted. So you have your cut list and your descriptions and your dimensions, right? All your dimensions are in there so you know what to cut, size to cut your papers. Then you're going to skip a space and it's going to say first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. Okay. So it's going to tell you what's your first step. Well, your first step on this one is going to be using the template provided, trace and cut out your large pentagons, because we're going to go ahead and make our cute little folded stars. Okay. So there is just some simple direction here. And in those directions, I'll tell you like, what did I use? What did I attach with a pop dot or foam tape, right? The little boosters. Did I attach something with hot glue versus, something else, right? Did I do pin work? Did I add stickles for sparkle? All of those kinds of things. So that kind of stuff will be listed kind of right in here. And then I love to also provide you a second page with some close-up photos. Okay, some close-up photos of the details. Now, the biggest details on this page are these stars, and I wanted to show you close up how I decorated them. I used some stickers. I used some embellishments, right? So anytime there's some sort of detail like that, and I want to make sure that you have an up-close visual, okay? So a page builder guide will start with one full page, the cut list, right? How many pattern papers you need, cardstock you need, the cut list so you can cut your pieces. then just some simple basic steps on what to do first, second, third, right? As you're putting them together, some extra pictures to look at the details, because sometimes that's hard to see, right? I'm very visual, so I want you to have that. And then if there is a template used, you're going to have your template there as well. Okay. Yeah. So it's really, really great. And we also, do other things in there. Sometimes, we'll create our own embellishments, and I'll teach you some kind of fun paper crafting technique to do that. It might be me giving you tips on journaling or doing something in a creative way, maybe using a tool that we have in a fresh new way. There's lots of things that we do, but ultimately, what we really want, our mission, is to preserve our memories, scrapbook these photos so that we have them for our future generations, and to do it in a fun and easy way that eliminates overwhelm. Okay. I don't want you having any more overwhelm. We'll talk. We have all kinds of stuff that's saved in there, organizational tips. We're going to talk about that a little bit in 2024, because it's always good to do that at the start, the start of a year. Gosh, yeah, there's all kinds of things that we'll kind of tackle that have to do with kind of taking the overwhelm out of your supplies, taking the overwhelm out of printing all those pictures, making it easier to get to the things you really need, all of those kinds of things. Okay. So page builder guides are really a great thing to do if you have that blank page syndrome. If you're in a creative rut, you just feel like you're doing the same thing all the time. The 2 fingers makes the balloons go up. I always forget that. And then the third thing is just overwhelm. What should I use? What supplies should I use? Oh, okay. She used a card right here. Well, I have an embellishment with a Santa on it. I'll use that right there. Right? Like we're just kind of giving you some framework to go by. And what you're going to see is going to happen is you're going to start actually enjoying your time, and you're going to realize you're getting so much more done in a timely manner, and you're not stressed out. Okay. So yeah, I think it is really, really helpful. So our next series, as I mentioned, what did I do with the paper pack? There it is going to be making the most of a Christmas collection pack. Now, the reason I chose Christmas after Christmas is because we all just took a ton of photos. Every single one of us just took a ton of photos for Christmas, whether it was decorating the house, making cookies, our Christmas dinner, the family in front of the Christmas tree, Christmas pajamas, hot cocoa, Santa photos, whatever it is, all the things. We just took a lot of Christmas photos. So why not go ahead and jump right in while the details are fresh in our mind? Okay, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself in a minute. While the details are fresh in our mind, and let's go ahead and get these Christmas layouts made. Let's pick the photos we want to preserve. It doesn't have to be every photo we ever took. I'll give you a few little tips and guidelines on that to help make that easier for you. And let's get them done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, right? So we do have different series that we'll do throughout the year. This is just the one we're kicking off the year with. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions for me. There will be page builder guides for every layout I create from this pack. This particular pack has 12 double-sided papers in it. And some of the paper have these cut apart cards. So it'll be like a companion, just a pattern on one side and cards on the other. 12 papers, and then it also has a 12 by 12 sticker sheet. Okay. Now I think we still have some of these in stock. Have a holly jolly Christmas. If you want to use, some people like to use, especially if they're new to the Clubhouse, they may want to use the same exact papers as me. It's just easier for them. Okay. And if you do, Cheryl or Susan, that we can post a link for you here to our online shop if this is something you want to grab. But please don't worry about using your stash, right? That's the thing. We need to use our stash. So if you already have a Christmas collection kit, let's use it. It doesn't need to collect dust any longer. Let's use it. If you don't have Christmas collection kits, then I want you to choose 12 papers that kind of coordinate out of your stash, right? Any embellishments that coordinate out of your stash. And we'll talk more about that, about shopping your stash. We'll talk more about that in the Page Builders Clubhouse when we kick this off, when we kick off this new series. Okay. Cindy, this is a monthly subscription. It absolutely is. It is $20 a month. That is the fee to be a Page Builders Clubhouse member. And that gets you access to our private group. It gets you access to my lives. I go live in the group once a week, every week. It gets you access to all of the past series. It gets you access to the page builder guides, all of those things. Okay. And it is a great, great community because you're in there with other people that are also preserving their memories. And it's so nice to be able to go in there and talk to people that really understand what you're talking about. You know, somebody posted a question in here like, where do you print? Where's the best place to print your collage photos? That is a question you can ask in the Page Builders Clubhouse community, and everybody's going to tell you. They're very helpful in there. We help each other. We're there to really support each other in this role that we've taken on to preserve our memories for our families. Okay. So yes, there's lots of great, useful, helpful information. So to be a part of that community, it's $20 a month. Okay. Yes, everything is digital. So if there is a printable, sometimes I make printables. I made printables for all of our last series, which was the calendar, the creative calendar page series. You'll have access to that. All the things, as long as you're a member. Okay. If you decide to not become a member anymore, we just need you to email us a cancellation request before the 1st of the next month. Okay. So yeah, no contract, nothing like that. And you know, it's really funny. This is probably one of my hardest groups to get people into because they have a hard time just understanding what's going to happen in the group. But once they're in the group, they rarely leave. They rarely leave because they are actually realizing that what we're doing is working and they're actually using what they have and they're really getting layouts done and they're enjoying themselves and they're having a good time doing it. Okay. So it really is a lot of fun. All right. Do I have a beginner kit? I don't really have a beginner kit. I don't, but I can suggest to you the things that you'll need as a beginner. And that's something that I would be happy to provide for our newcomers. Okay. It's really not that much. People think, oh, I have to have all of this stuff. Well, no, you really don't. That's just something we've told ourselves. So I'll be happy to do kind of a newbie scrapbooker list to help those of you that are brand new to it to get started. Okay. All right. Okay. This was my story I was going to tell. What was my story I was going to tell? Oh, what was that? I'm taking so much medicine right now, y'all. I feel like my head is in a fog. When was I talking about that? Oh, I'm sure it will come back to me. I should have said the story right then. Oh well, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Christina says scrapbooking is so confusing to me. Yeah, some people are confused by it, and I think we overcomplicate it. I really do. I think we've overcomplicated it. I think we've kind of told ourselves we need all these things. And it's just not true. There will be some people in the group that are more what I call clean and simple scrapbookers. They like a clean, simple page. There will be some people in the group that like to go over the top. They like their pages to have lots of embellishments, lots of things. I kind of fall in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle. And so I think it's good that I'm in the middle because that helps, I think, to kind of balance both sides. Okay. Oh, it was placing pictures on your pages for Christmas. Okay, placing pictures on your pages. What was I going to share with y'all? Yeah, I can't remember. I know what it is now. I remembered, you guys. So when I was talking about doing it now, like scrapbooking for Christmas now, while it's fresh in our mind, okay? Because I want to know if anybody else is like me. I'm still scrapbooking, like from the past, like my older kids that are all grown up, moved out of the house, started families of their own. I started scrapbooking kind of later in life. And so I'm just going backwards and kind of having to go in and look at like some of their birthday photos and things like that. And the reason I say do it now while the details are fresh, there are times when let's say I have some of their birthday photos, I'm literally trying to count the number of candles on the cake in the picture to try to figure out, okay, was this the 8th birthday or was this the 9th birthday? And sometimes I'll even have to call them, what birthday was that when you had, so and so on your cake, or you wore this shirt? Because the details get fuzzy. They get fuzzy. They get very fuzzy, and they get very fuzzy very quick. Okay. We're busy people. Our minds have a lot going on in here. And so we forget these details we think we'll never forget, details about a vacation that we think we'll never forget. Right. So it's important that, again, let's go ahead and scrapbook Christmas while it's fresh in our minds, right? All the little stories. This was her favorite present. This was his favorite present. The little funny things that happen, all of that. Yeah, yeah. Senior moments. What do they call it? Short timers. Yeah. But it's hard. It truly is hard sometimes to remember some of those things. So it's better to stay kind of like, let's go ahead and do it while it's fresh in our mind. Okay. All right. Well, I would like to answer any questions that you have. I was going to have another layout made for you out of this same guide today, but you guys, it just didn't happen. I had a rough night trying to, you know how this is when you have the crud like this. You can't sleep, your head's stopped up, you're coughing. So I did not get it done, but I do want to leave myself open to you right now to answer any questions that you might have. And if you're interested in joining us in the Page Builders Clubhouse, the doors are open. The doors are open right now. We want you to come in. This is a great time. Scrapbooking Christmas, that's a great thing to do, especially if this is new to you, because some of us actually have an album that's just for Christmas, right? Maybe, you want to get a feel for how the page builder guides work. Well, we all take pictures at Christmas, so it just seems like it's a good natural time to bring in new members. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We really need to do I have several things planned for us in the Page Builders Clubhouse. I'm not going to allude to all of that, but this is going to be our first series, this Making the Most of a Christmas Collection Kit. Okay. So I'd love for you to come and join us. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Yeah, I think my advice probably would be, yeah, start with big events, right? Start with the big events, the holidays, the birthdays, the graduation, the bigger events, or start with a trip. Maybe you took a trip. We do have some people in the clubhouse that they only scrapbook key events and trips, like vacations, something like that. Okay. Brenda says, I lost you, Brenda. I was going to put you up here. Okay, Brenda says, I'm feeling the need to get back to scrapbooking. Thank you for sharing this. Yeah, Brenda, I'm curious, why did you kind of stop scrapbooking? I have a feeling I know what some of the answers will be, because, it's true of a lot of people they just kind of stopped. They got overwhelmed. But I would love for you to come back, Brenda, and let us help you find that joy again in scrapbooking your memories. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Cindy, yes, the complimentary guide, that is this right here. And if you registered for Create and Connect, actually, I think I sent it out to our whole email list last night. You got an email from me about day 2 of Create and Connect. Well, one of the little buttons on that email is where you can click it and you can download this page builder guide. If you just want to download one and really look it over, maybe even use it, that would be even better. Go ahead and use it, create a layout with it, as you're trying to decide if you think this might be for you. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's read this question. I'm interested in scrapbooking. I make 6x6 folio photo books. Can the page builders pages be 6x6? Okay, mine obviously has been styled for a 12x12. However, again, we have people in the group that just kind of, they follow it more as like a visual guide, but they'll cut their pieces smaller for smaller size books. So yeah, if you're doing the folio style book and it's 6x6, then you're pretty much just cutting everything down by half, right? Right. Well, I guess it would be quarter. I don't know, but you'll just kind of cut things down, but at least you'll have the guide to go by for the layouts themselves. So yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. And I think we're going to see more and more people start doing that because there are so many different sizes of albums out there that you can use, and they're all so cute and fun. So yeah, I think you could definitely do that. All right, let's see what Christine says. I gave my children their albums when they got married. Oh, they were big hits. I bet they were. I bet they'll love and treasure them. That's awesome. Oh, okay, let's see what Denise says. Denise says her plan this year is to go through her mini pictures. That's an awesome thing to write on your little creative goals sheet, right? And I actually need to do the same. I have a lot of older photos that are just, this is back when we still had to print our photos, right? Before the digital age. And I have them somewhat organized, but they're in boxes, right? They're in boxes. They might be in the top of your closet. They might be under your bed. But yeah, we need to go through those photos. And I think we need to have a little session on that too, because we need to really be kind of choosy and picky about the ones that we keep and the ones that we choose to scrapbook. So that's a great goal to have, is to going through those photos. Okay, let's see. Anybody else have questions? If I missed your question, just ask it again. Deborah says, I have some friends that might be interested in this. Can I send them here to this video? Absolutely. Yes, please do. The more, the merrier. And it is really fun when you do this with your other scrapbooking friends. It's always fun to do that. Oh, Linda says she moved and she has no scrapbooking buddies in the new place. Well, Linda, I'm going to encourage you to join the Page Builders Clubhouse. That's one awesome thing about these creative communities, is it doesn't matter if you don't live right next to each other. I have people that have come into this group in all of my creative communities that could live states away from each other, but they have become such good online friends. And they talk all the time, and they, just all the things. So there are other ways to find those connections in that community. And it's especially good to do it with people that are already interested in something that you're interested in, that share that same passion. So I hope you'll come and join us, Linda. Let us be your scrap buddies. Cindy says, love Page Builders Clubhouse. So much fun. All right, let's see what Renee says. Are these all going to be different scrapbooks or all one big one? That's really up to you. We're making the layouts. How you decide to divvy them up between your albums is up to you. We have some people that just keep their Christmas memories in a Christmas album, and they put that album out on the coffee table or somewhere every year. We have some people that like this making the most of a collection kit. Okay, so we're going to try. My goal is always to make at least 6 layouts, and sometimes there's a bonus depending on how many scraps I have left. I get really creative with my scraps. And so they may take like 3 of these layouts for this Christmas, and then the next 3 might be for the Christmas last year they hadn't scrapbooked yet, or it might be ones they put up for future. They'll hang on to them for the next Christmas. Sometimes people are scrapbooking in multiple albums because they plan on passing those albums down to their children. So we have a couple people in the group that, let's just, for instance, I'm going to say three children. They have 3 kids, right? So they have 3 albums. So they'll put maybe one of each, well, I'm sorry, 2 of each of these into each of those albums. So really what you do with your layouts, that's really up to you, because everybody scrapbooks, everybody kind of organizes their things in their albums differently. Okay, so I hope that helps answer your question. Okay. Let's see, Deborah Forrest, are all the papers in that collection full paper pages? Yes, they are. They're 12 by 12 pages, 12 papers, and they're double-sided. So they have a pattern on one side, they have a pattern on the back. Okay. And some of them have those little cut apart cards. If you didn't get the email, Melinda, make sure and check your promotions or your spam. Especially with these mass emails, sometimes they'll wind up in there. Okay. And if you still can't find it, just email us and we'll make sure you get what you need. Okay. Janet says the Red River event. Oh, the Red River event would be great. Scrapbook page. What kind of paper would I look for? We did a live live event in Red River, New Mexico last year. Remember, it was Christmas in July. So I'd use Christmas paper. I'd use Christmas papers because all of our projects were Christmas themed, Janet. So I think that would be fun. Some Christmas paper, maybe sprinkle in some, mountains, cabin, camping, hiking, those kind of themes, since we were in the mountains. Okay, Fran. Hi, Fran. Fran says, is this emailed to you each month or mailed? They're actually posted in the group, and they're saved as, we save them as photos, but we also save them as a PDF. So all you have to do is just click on the PDF. You can download it and save it. And then it's up to you if you want to print it. Okay. So we don't email them out. They'll just be right there in the group for you. And I'll post, you'll know when I've posted the page builder guide. Okay. And usually it's every week, because I'd say we do at least, well, going forward, as we're going forward in this new series, and with some of the things I want to talk with you about kind of, getting back on top of things for 2024. You'll do at least three double page layouts a month. We'll do at least 3, sometimes 4. And then sometimes if I do 3, it's because I've saved 1 week for us to do some kind of specialty workshop. And I think I really enjoy having that. And then that also gives you kind of a week of catch up for anybody that needs it. Okay. So I'd love to have you in here, Fran. That'd be awesome. Okay, let's see what Charlene says. I use lots of pictures. I love the beautiful pages people make, but my pages are about all the memories, and I have 14 grandkids, so lots of pictures. I have lots of family too, Charlene, so we can connect over this. I have 5 kids, and we now have 9 grandkids, which just blows my mind. One set is twins. So we have a lot of pictures too. And collage photos are going to help you a lot. So whereas someone else that doesn't take as many pictures might have like a 5x7, of one photo, you might have a 5x7 collage photo with multiple pictures on it. So there are ways that I can help you, because I'm always struggling with that. I need to get more pictures on the page. I need more pictures on the page. So I can help you with that. All right. Okay, let's see. Oh, you guys, I love all of your comments here. That is awesome. You struggle printing your photos. Yep. Why do you think we struggle printing our photos? I know why. I struggle printing my photos because there's too many of them, and I don't always take the time to go in and figure out which ones I want. And then I wind up printing way too many. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'd already printed those. So I have created a few little tips for you on printing photos that I think will be able to help you a lot. in that. And then I also usually every month I'll post have a cute little graphic that I post every month as a reminder. Hey, it's time to print your photos, you know? So I think we can help you with that too in the Page Builders Clubhouse. All right. Yep. How do you decide which to keep and use? I have some tips to help you with that. I think the biggest thing with that, Deanna, is I kind of ask myself some questions, right? Like if again, I kind of always go back to like back in time when we had just had the point and shoot camera. If I only had this much film, which of these pictures would be the ones that I would really, really, really want? I also try to think about what are the pictures, not just that I'm going to want to see. Sorry, it's the hand. I talk with my hands, and now all this social media does all this weird stuff. I'm sorry. It's recognizing my hands. But I would ask myself, what are pictures that someone else is going to want to see? Right? Like I try to think, okay, 25 years from now, and my daughter's looking through this album, what's she really going to want to look at? Right? What are my grandkids really going to want to look at? You know what I mean? So I try to kind of think about it that way. And then I try my best. This goes for all of you. I try my best to not just randomly print everything. I try to go in, especially if you're taking pictures on your phone or you have a digital camera. I try to go in and do some of the deletes beforehand. There's so many times that I've taken pictures that are duplicates. Well, that's the first thing that goes. I can go in and I can delete all those duplicates, right? We start kind of narrowing it down. We narrow it down, we narrow it down, we narrow it down, and then we print. Okay. So I think we can help you with that. I love this. Christina says, I still have film that's not developed. Me too. Yeah, I actually came across some film not long ago that wasn't developed, and we came across it like in one of my kids' rooms because we're we don't have kids at home anymore, so we're kind of redoing those rooms to become guest rooms. And I went ahead and took it in. I wasn't sure if it would even be able to be, printed, but it was printed, and it was a roll of film. I guess I had sent some of those little disposable cameras with one of my kids to like church camp, and it was all these pictures. And yes, they were not at the best quality, but they were precious. They were so cute. And even if the pictures aren't the best quality, we still want to save them. They're still part of our, they're a part of us, right? It's our history. It's our moments, our memories. But yeah, there are, when you come across those, it's kind of fun to take them to get them printed and see what's actually on them. All right, let's see. Thank you guys. How do you receive the layouts? Fran, you're going to get the page builder guides right here. You're going to get the page builder guides. We save them. It's all digital. So we save them in the group, the private group. Once you're a member, we save them as a PDF. So you can save them onto your device and print them if you choose to print them. Some people like to just store them, and some people like to print them. So it really just depends on the kind of scrapper that you are. Patricia says, yes, you make friends for years. Yes, absolutely. Okay. All right, I'm scrolling to the bottom. There's so many things here. You miss dropping off your film. And yeah, don't y'all remember like being so anxious to get your film developed after you'd been on a trip or whatever? I still remember waiting in the line, to get my pictures and immediately looking, at them. Yeah, we kind of miss that. We miss that now because we've crossed over into this digital age where again, we're just snap happy. We're just taking a million pictures. And so we just got to figure out how to whittle that down because we will not be able to scrapbook all the pictures we take. It's just not going to happen. So we're gonna edit it down, and we're gonna print the pictures that we want to keep as keepsakes, the pictures that tell the story, the pictures that other people are going to want to see, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember always looking at myself in the pictures first. Y'all remember that? It's like, oh, I got to see what I look like in these pictures. Oh, goodness. Yep, those were the days. All right. Well, yeah, Diane, you need to take that roll of film in. Let's see what's on it. That's always a fun mystery to solve and see what you get. Okay. Okay. Well, it is almost 3 o'clock. Our hour is almost up. So I just want to, again, just thank you for being part of Create and Connect. I want you to come and join us if you're interested in memory keeping at all. If you want to be that person that starts, scrapbooking. The reason we scrapbook is because we're memory keepers. We want to keep those memories alive. I say this all the time, but for me, a photo is like a one-way ticket to a memory. It brings me back. It helps me to relive those moments and remember those wonderful, instances and times and the funny things and sometimes even the sad things. But again, it's my life, right? It's our life. We want to document it and we want to have it to where future generations can see these things and enjoy them for years to come. I have a feeling, this is just a feeling, but I have a feeling that we may be the last generation to really do this. I don't know. Maybe the next generation, maybe the generation after that. I don't know. I don't know. It's getting smaller and smaller. It's a smaller percentage of people that print their photos anymore that are recording that. And I'm pro anything that preserves your memories. If you're a digital scrapbooker, then that's fine. I do digital books sometimes for trips because it saves me time. I can just have the little trips, I can just get them into a digital book, especially if it's something I'm going to give multiple people. That's a good thing that you can do. So it's one of those things where we just need to find the right ways to preserve our memories, um, and not let that go, right? And not just say, oh, this is too much trouble or this is too overwhelming, because it doesn't have to be overwhelming and it doesn't have to be too much trouble. We can make it simple and fun again. Okay? We can do it.